Hello everyone, JWR here, and this is the Prioritization mini-series where we cover prioritizing targets in different genres, or different fields, we should say. What I'm going to be covering is MMO PvP, MMO PvE, Tabletop RP, which is like D&D, Text RP, Facebook and things of that nature, and in most cases MOBAs, which will be closer to the MMO PvP. So, I can't exactly give you all the best of hints and helps for prioritizing in FPS, but I'll probably add that to the MOBA PvP kind of stuff. So, with that being said, so you're probably starting to wonder, well, if I want to be a dungeon master and whatnot for tabletop games, and you say there's a way to prioritize people, how do you go about that? How do I go about prioritizing my friends and the people here at the table in an order that doesn't make anyone feel left out? Well, in combat, it's pretty easy. Initiative. Well, that's done. New video. No, I'm serious though. I'm kind of serious though. When it comes to combat, everyone rolls initiative, and the highest initiative goes first. That's the easy part. Whoosh, out of there. The difficult part comes from the non-combat stuff. When you're going into town and people want to run off and do things, and other people want to run off and do things, and you're like, what are we doing? Why is everyone, stop yelling, everyone, no, stop it, everyone, shut up, everyone, shut up. You end up getting stuff like that where people try to tell you what they're doing, like, immediately. And to a point, that's fine, because most of the time people just get pretty simple. I'm going to walk around town. I'm going to go buy some armor. I'm going to go buy some weapons. I'm going to go over to the tavern. Okay, we're going to go in a circle. You said you're going to the tavern? Fine, you're going to the tavern. Roll a die. You're going to go get your armor? Go roll a die. You're going to go get weapons? Roll a die. You're going to go over here and do whatever? Roll a die. Why are we all rolling dice? Random encounter. I just want to see if anybody gets anything. No? Good. Now you can either A, say random encounter and do it that way, or just be like, just roll die, I have a reason. And then if someone hits a number, like, okay. And then you deal with everyone else first, and then go back to the person who has a number. Now if you're going in a straight circle, which is probably the best way to do it, clockwise, counterclockwise, whatever you prefer. Start on one side and then go around. Start on one person, go around. It's like, George, what are you doing? I'm going to go to the tavern. Alright, roll a die. Mikey, what are you doing? I'm going to go buy some weapons. Okay, you're going to the weapon shop? Roll a die. Well, I got 13. I got 7. Okay. Joey, where are you going? I'm going to go to the armor shop. Alright, Joey, roll a die. Well, I got 6. Okay. Well, what are you going to do, Darth? I wish to roll. Where are you going? The cantina. Okay, look, Darth, we've told your ass before. There is a pub, not a cantina. Stop it. Fine, I will go to the pub. Do I roll now? Yes, and actually use your hand this fucking time. The point being, you want to keep it in a circle. Now, if someone ends up getting the number, let's say good old Darth got a natural 20, and you're like, well, that's an encounter, go back to George and go back around the circle. If Darth ends up getting the encounter, you deal with him last. It's going to take longer. And not only is it going to take longer, but you want to make sure the other characters are out. Because remember, you want them to roll dice as soon as they enter the town. You can use this as their own personal initiative or movement speed or whatever. You can choose what the roll is for, not just a random encounter. You can use it for how fast they're going to the place. Like someone who really has to go to the bathroom, they're going to sprint to the pub or the nearest place they can go to go take a leak. They're going to go. They're going to be gone. I'll meet you in 5 minutes. Whoosh. Versus someone who's like, I guess I'll go get some armor and weigh myself down some more then, I suppose. Whatever. you got to keep that in mind. Use the die roll for something and keep it consistent. And after such, make sure they get some distance from each other. Okay? This is a big thing. Make sure they get some distance, and then come back and go, hey, by the way, since you rolled on this chart, and I decided to make that a fateful encounter. Okay, Darth, you bump into a kid in white. We're gonna do a little NPC and player thing in a moment. And no, none of you are close enough to hear it because you guys made it far enough down the street. You see where I'm going with this. Make sure people can't issue 3 this. Make sure they cannot issue 3. Now, if you get everyone if everyone's going to the pub and people are yelling and screaming, and you have someone yelling, "Give me another beer," your party's going to hear shit like that. But again, keep it in a circle. Keep the same rotation. Unless something big comes up, then you can adjust your rotation, and you let people know why you're adjusting. This guy just picked a fight with Darth. We're going to start here. We're going to have he's going to roll for initiative. I'm going to roll for the character's initiative. Now we'll go back to you guys. Then come back to combat. Then back to those guys. Then back to combat. 1, 2, 3, combat. 1, 2, 3, combat. And if someone goes, well, do I hear combat? No, you were not in the area. You were in a freaking building over there. You see what I'm saying? When it's in calm situations or non-combat situations, take the time to use it to your advantage. Organize it accordingly. Go in a circle. Always go in a circle. If the party's out camping, go in a circle. Always go in a circle and keep the same direction unless something major comes up to where the direction needs to be changed. And at that point, you let people know why it's being changed. Something happened to so-and-so. Now we're moving around the other way. This way it could be a little bit quicker and a little more proactive. This way no one feels left out. And if there's multiple things that happen, let's say Darth bumps into the kid in white. Mikey wants to haggle for a weapon. Then you go back and forth between those after the circle. George, Mikey, Joey, Darth. Or you go Darth, Joey, Mikey, George. You get the idea. Keep the circles constant. Don't just start bouncing around. Okay, Mikey, Darth, Mikey, Darth, Mikey, Darth. Because the other two would be like, why are we even here? So keep it in a circle. Alright? This should help you with your games and keep people feeling engaged. Now, again, there's some situations where things will change up. Fine. There are some DMs that actually focus on one person. It's like, hey, you guys make a plan of what you want to do in town. I gotta deal with this person real quick. And then they go off and they talk. Fine. Dandy, that's fine. You're working on storylines. Good. But, in general, if there's nothing major going on at the time, keep it in a circle. And then when something comes up, adjust. But try to hold the circle so everyone has a chance to do at least something. Even if it's, I want to use Streetwise in a bar. I want to listen to other patrons to see if any type of information for our quest comes up. Then fine. Tell him to keep rolling, and you just bounce around. Roll again. Boom. Roll again, George. Mikey, do that. Joey, do that. Darth is talking to the kid in white. Okay, we're back to you. We're back to you, George. Roll again. Okay, you actually got something. I'll do it in a moment. Make a little mark, and then keep going. Mikey, do this. Joey, Darth. Alright, back to you, George. And this is what you heard. Alright? I hope this helps. General. Like I said, this is just general information. Just trying to help out. Alright? This way, people don't feel bored and they don't feel like they're being left out. Especially when there's a lot of people at the table. 3 to 4, meh, but beyond that, you might want to start thinking about more proficient ways of doing it. But, in general, that's the best way to do it. Because, like I said, no one feels left out.